get on my Instagram, you'll just see that all I do is basically cook. I just cook my
But that's
food.
your identity, that's who you
Yeah,
do,
that's
okay,
what I do.
there's nothing wrong with that.
But then I never know, like, for a while I had a page that was just Remax, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this, and I wasn't adding it, I was getting confused with my regular Facebook page. So I need to be better about that, so.
Here are my thoughts on that. For a time frame, they were adamant about having two Facebook pages, your personal page and your business page. Got to keep your life separate because your friends don't want to see you vomiting real estate information,
Right.
and your business clients don't want to care if you're a cook or not.
Right.
And
Which
then,
is not true.
which I believe is false now.
Right.
I believe the primary reason is they converged,
Right.
and now I don't think you need to vomit, but I don't think you need to hide that you're a cook.
Exactly.
And I was guilty of it too. I created branding and I had my Facebook business page. And the reason that I encourage people to do it at a time is because when you have a business page on Facebook, you can advertise.
Right.
With a personal page, you cannot.
can't.
But I don't know if that's necessarily something you really care about or people really do
And
anymore.
I don't know that people follow that, not that they're, I mean, maybe they're not right in it, but like, you know, Joni Hines.
I do. Love
Like-
me. Tell her I said hi.
So, like, when I was always friends with her on Facebook personal, like, she puts up her listing, it's her regular page, and I'm like, she's not overboard with either one, or personal.
Here's
or-
how I think. You're gonna irritate some people. You're gonna have raving fans. You can't worry about what people think.
Of course.
That's the
because
premise.
if they don't like it, they can, it's like the TV
Especially for
channel,
our
turn it
generation.
off, block it if you
From
wanna see
doing
it.
this for so long, or from standing up here, I always get, I don't feel comfortable on camera, I don't like the way I look, I don't like the way I sound. The fact that you're doing it, that right there, you're overcoming the biggest hurdle. Because the generation that's coming up, it's commonly accepted that you're gonna talk, you're gonna share videos,
Right.
you're gonna do content, and you're doing that, so
Right.
that's good. So you're overcoming that concern. It's getting enough relevant information besides necessarily real estate. Are you, because I know we haven't talked, have you been using AI in any sense of the
No.
matter? Okay. Do you struggle to come up with content? Do you struggle to come up with?
So because I've been doing this for like the last year, it is getting a little bit more like, I don't want to be redundant, you know, so yeah, it's a little tougher. And I know that you can ask this thing anything you want, anything, like the
So
other
that's
day.
what I need to know how to.
Well, we're doing a little sidetrack. I'm happy to do the apps class, but I think that was more of a like, this is, I think, more relevant. I teach AI, artificial intelligence, using the one that's the most popular right now is ChatGPT, which is the one that it's free to use. However, there is a paid tier, it's $20 a month, and there are some benefits to having the paid version besides it being faster, and we can demonstrate it. But I put myself in your shoes and I say, okay, I need to come up with some content. A moment ago, you mentioned home improvement tips. What are some other topics that you've talked about? And do you try to market to sellers? Do you try to market to buyers?
Oh, you mean other than the home
Just some
improvement?
suggestions, just to get my brain going.
So once in a while, I'll just put like my business card
Okay.
and just, you know, be like, hey, if anybody's interested in buying or something, you know, whatever, something about call me or refer me out.
What are you trying to convey as your image? Are you trying to portray that, hey, I'm great with working with buyers, I'm great working with sellers? Is it the team?
I
Is
think
it
the
you?
image that like in my posts when I have something under contract and when I sell, is I put something in there about how great it is that I helped that person. So I think my image is more like,
Evidence
Yeah.
of success.
well, yes, but like that I, like the little story, like that I care about what I did, like the touchy-feely part, more than the, you know, I mean, if
Sure,
that's
that
what
makes
you're
sense.
asking, like the undertone is the story.
When you're putting out content to attract new people, are you putting out just, how do you come up with your ideas? Okay, I'm gonna do home maintenance tips today. Today I'm gonna talk about things you need to bring to the settlement table. And that's
Oh, yeah.
I'm just wondering.
I don't do too much of that. I don't do too much of like showing my value other than under contracts and solds. And actually, my son told me that what I should do is do ChatGPT and put in there, give me a 30-second dialogue on, you know, what a first-time home buyer needs or something like that, and then I can video it, you know, like read the. And so he said I should use that for that.
So that's something that I can talk to you about, because I think that you've already got the underlying premise that I want to be on social media. I'm going to put stuff out there, but sometimes you might come up with a struggle what to say, how to say it,
Yeah.
truncate it. this is just, I'm gonna pretend I'm you, and you know, I will do a demonstration of it, and then I will show you how you can then take it to the next step and use it to generate content and actually make the video. So let's just say I'm a realtor and I'm struggling to come up with content to attract new sellers in my market, period. I want you to give me a list of 10 ideas I can put out on social media that would be great to show my value as a realtor. Again, this is the benefit of ChatGPT. I'm not Googling anything, I'm having a conversation, I'm chatting. And I will send this out to you, I'm recording it too. So I'm gonna hit enter so you can see what it says. And this is the power of AI. Again, I haven't said anything other than the question you see. So ChatGPT is gonna give me, in a second as it generates, make sure I'm on the Wi-Fi, it's gonna go ahead and utilize artificial intelligence to give me a list of topics that we can talk about. And I'm gonna decide which ones I like. And here's where the power comes in. I might like all of them, I might like some of them, I might like none of them. I might think these are too long, I don't like them, I want them to be funnier. So as you can see here, it's giving me suggestions, everything from success stories, people love those, market insights, home staging. So right now, as it's generating, and what it's doing is it's going out and using every piece of information that's ever been created on the internet, every book, every website, every song, every movie, trillions and trillions and trillions of pieces of information, what they call a large language model. Imagine it's the biggest library in the universe, and the chatbot talks to that and then comes back to you and communicates as if you're a human. It's not a human, but it sure sounds like one, it's very convincing, and it basically allows you to have a conversation. So now I've got these 10 posts, and I'm like, great, what do I do with them? Well, let's just say I'm really, really excited about number 1, I like number 3, and I like number 9. So I'm just gonna say, I really like number 1, I like number 3, and I like number 9. Can you do me a favor? And I want you to make a Facebook post for each one of them. Then I want you to make me an Instagram post for one of them. And then take it one step further and please do a 1,000 word or less LinkedIn article for me, please. So you see what I'm doing here is I'm taking the hard legwork, what we as agents spend too much time doing, and I'm letting the super intelligent AI do it for me. And again, all I'm doing is having a conversation. So now this will take all the legwork and generate not only the Facebook post, it'll add the emoticons, it'll add the hashtags, and my job is just to say, do I like this? Do I not like this? Can I make, and I can say, look, make it funnier, make it shorter, make it sound like a pirate. It doesn't matter. Translate it into Spanish. Talk to me like I'm a 4th grader. Anything you can conceive of, it will do it. But again, it's taking the concepts and will do it. So it's gonna give me suggestions. And then, like your son mentioned, once I have what I think is what I want to talk about, I can then say, I want you to make me a YouTube script so I can make a 30-second video on how to do it. And then it'll generate the actual script for you. And then I take that script, because again, this did all the heavy lifting, and I paste it into one of my apps. I use one called Captions, and we can demonstrate that. CapCut is another one, TikTok. And you can literally read the script over here while your camera's filming you. And then the AI in the app will make your eyes look at the camera. So your database
This
will.
is scary, yeah. Well, this is how dumb I am.
Wow.
Once you've got that,
Mhm.
how do I get that to a Facebook post?
Okay, so that's gonna be the hardest part. It's called
I don't know.
Control C
Good, I was like,
Copy
okay.
paste.
and Control V. Copy and paste. So when it's done, down here at the bottom, Bonnie, this little clipboard, that will
Okay.
copy it, or I'm welcome to go ahead and highlight it. So here are just some topics. Now, I can obviously, here is, as you can see, that took a matter of 10 seconds for me to come
Right.
up with the topics.
Right.
I could have done all of them, I just picked 3. I then had to generate the Facebook posts. Again, I can just highlight it and copy it. I can then come down here to the continuation of it. There are my Instagram posts. I can make them longer or shorter. I can have it, and then it did my LinkedIn article. And I'm gonna say, you're doing great. I'm really excited about this. Thank you so much. Can you take the LinkedIn article and make a 30-second YouTube script that I could use to make a video? By the way, I do address it as her.
I was
You're
like,
you're very
and
polite
You're
in the
very
chat.
polite.
That is my next
Yeah.
point. I'm not kidding you. The nicer you are to it, the nicer it responds. And I say it like it's a person. Here's what it's doing. It's using predictive analytics. Technical term is it takes what I've said, and based on my response and its response, it predicts the next word using artificial intelligence. And that's what gets that uncanny feeling like, oh my God, I'm having a conversation with this. And people are like super excited, but here's the thing I do want as a disclaimer, it can be very convincing. And if you're asking it technical details, especially in real estate, it can respond in such a convincing manner, people are getting in trouble. There are 2 attorneys right now that are using it to interpret case law that did not exist, and they're being disbarred. But on the flip side, it's so intelligent, it's passing the MCATs, it's passed the SAT. Doctors are using it to diagnose breast cancer with 99% accuracy. And I don't mean this chatbot, I mean AI, because it can see things a human can't see. It can respond the way we can't respond. So here is the script. Opening scene, Carmen selling it, look in the camera, and see what it did? It gave me the actual dialogue, and I could then take that and open up my app, and I'll do a demonstration. I'm filming with it. I have to take off my camera. When we're done, I'll do a demo. I use an app called Captions just like Captions, and it's an app that I pay $10 a month for. You don't have to use that one, but it's the #1 app, because what it does, it allows you to record a video, either just a video and then you upload it, or directly into the app. And not only will it transcribe what I'm saying, which is great, and put it on the, but it will actually put the captions on the screen for you, which is why the name of the app is called Captions. But the beauty is how much of us have been scrolling on our phones, and we're in the doctor's office, we don't have the volume up, but we're reading. Everyone's doing that. So you want to have that on, but then that's also the one that will do the eye contact using AI, and we'll do a live demonstration. So right now you have the ability to come up with the content, make the content, and let's just say, I don't like that one. Let's just go ahead and continue to respond. I can come back and I can say, I really didn't like that one, it's too serious. Can you make it funnier and maybe elaborate a little bit more? What I'm trying to convey is the concept of, it doesn't matter what it says. It's not right, it's not wrong. It's there for you to converse. And as you notice on the left-hand side, I have multiple conversations going on in the background. At any point in time, I can jump out and say, I want a recipe for chicken piccata, and have my whole recipe and conversation go on, and then I can come back to this conversation. And unlike Google, where I have to start over, find my answer, learn where I was, this will forever remember it. But it even is a step further. Just so you know why this is generating its answer, let me show you the most powerful feature of this particular software is its ability to remember custom instructions. So down here, under my settings, I gotta go to ChatGPT, I'm in the wrong box. Let me scroll this back. Down here, and the very pictures, under my settings, under me, I have in here, and I can turn them on or turn off. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? My name's Chris, I like long walks on the beaches, I'm a fan of, well, I'm joking, I tell it who I am, I'm a former realtor in the title business, and I'm working with agents and lenders. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? Maybe you want to talk like a soccer mom, maybe you want to be a single dad, maybe you want to talk as, I don't know how you want to respond, but I just say I want to be clear, structured, professional, and I want to have succinct examples. So now, anytime I ask the AI a question, it knows who I am and how I want to respond and who my clients are. Do you know the power that you can wield now as a realtor? You could say, I've been in the business X amount of time, I'm a former restaurateur, I'm looking to, I'm working with the Eric Kula team, and I want to make sure that I'm doing the best for my clients. And then anytime you ask a question, the AI is going to remember you and answer that. And all this, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to talk about, is there for you. So I have that turned on, and then if maybe I don't want it, I can always turn it off. That feature is fantastic. But let's take it a step further. Let's go ahead and say, I really like the home staging tips. I want you to come up with me a thumbnail image so I can post it on Instagram of a first-time home buyer moving into their new house. So now, not only can you get responses in text, you can generate images, artwork, pictures, videos. This is just an example. Again, you can be as specific for example, but the power that we are able to wield now with AI, I mean, people are creating entire books, coloring books, they're authoring. I used it to generate a will, it can write contracts, it can interpret contracts, I can upload documents to it. So that was just an example. And I can make it better or not, and I can say make it a Caucasian, make it that, but you can have so much fun with it, and all I'm doing is talking to it. Are you starting to see the value of having this? You have no excuse now to come up with content. And hell, you could take it a step further and say, all right, this is great, I love all this stuff, I don't know when to put it up there. So we're just gonna start and say, I love all of this. Can you tell me when to do this? Give me a social media content calendar for TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. What were you saying, brother?
It's not set up now to sync with your social media stuff, is it?
Not right now. That would require me to copy it and paste. But one of the apps that people, I mean, that's coming. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
as you can see here, it can generate the content calendar for you. But I can even take it a step further. Again, if you're using the mobile app, and again, I'll show you how to do that. On the mobile app is the ability to have a conversation, not texted, not typed, actually talk to it. So let me see if I have it on here so I can show you what I mean. I'll let that jump in. Let me log in to my chat GPT so it remembers me.
The only thing I've ever used it for was a house description, like writing the,
That's the go-to. So we all have struggles when we're doing listings, and the number one thing realtors use it for are listing descriptions,
Yeah.
which is fine. So you can use that, and that's not unusual, but that's kind of like not even scratching the surface. So let me show
that's the
you.
gateway drug.
That's
It
the
just gets
gateway
you
drug.
in. Get you in.
I have more conversations with this artificial intelligence than I do with my actual real life. But when you have the app, and just so you know, just so you know, the app is free to download. Do not pay for the app. The service, ChatGPT, does have a monthly fee if you want the premium feature, but the app is a white logo, looks like that. So when you open up, when you have the app, you have a couple features. You can take photos of anything. You can upload images you already have on your computer, and then you can upload files. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, the example I use in real estate, when I was a realtor, is I could upload a contract of sale. I uploaded a home inspection report, 100-page document. Took the document and said, all right, ChatGPT, can you do me a favor and tell me the 10 items of concern in this home inspection report that I need to address to the seller and put on the pin? And it did it. It read the PDF and knew these are the items of concern because they were highlighted in red and based on it. And I'm like, are you serious? That just took me 5 seconds, which would have taken me hours. So then I took another Excel spreadsheet of a multiple offer situation that I had on my uncle's house, which took me hours to analyze and interpret to determine the right offer to take. This looked at it and said, boom. All right, this is the listing, this is the price, this is the loan type, this is the concession, this is the,
Oh, wow.
and it gave me the offer I should take. So I was like, this is ridiculous. So I uploaded the residential contract of sale. All right, I want you to tell me what's the definition of time is of the essence. And by the way, explain it to me like I'm 6. And it told me, you're in a sandbox. You're waiting for your friend to show up to play with you. Your friend doesn't value time like you do and doesn't show up. So now you're hurt and you and your friend are no longer friends because time is important. And I'm cracking up at this. And I said, well, what's the difference between mediation and arbitration? It told me. I said, okay, what settlement costs are sellers responsible for in Maryland? Because it talks about that. And it told me. So now I have my own built-in broker that I can ask any question I want. And then I had to create a conversation, a dialogue. I said, all right, I'm going on a difficult listing appointment and I have a disgruntled seller that doesn't want to reduce their price because they think their house is worth more than the market shows. How do I convince that seller to work with me? And it created an entire dialogue with every possible variation of a seller objection with my overcoming those objections. I'm like, this is way better for me to practice than going into a real seller. But here's the power with the mobile app. On the mobile app, not only do you have those features, but you can also talk to it. So I'm gonna do that now. So I'm a licensed title settlement officer, and my ideal clients are real estate agents. What would be a couple suggestions you could make of how I can attract agents to want to work with me and Liberty Title?
To attract real estate agents to work with you and Liberty Title, you might consider these approaches. 1, offer educational opportunities like free seminars or webinars on topics crucial for real estate transactions, such as closing processes, title insurance importance, and latest industry regulations. This positions you as a knowledgeable partner and builds trust. 2, create a loyalty program or offer exclusive benefits for agents who frequently work with Liberty Title, like faster service, reduced fees for their clients,
Friends with
or
benefits.
even
I'm
marketing
sorry, what?
support. This could make agents
Anyway, I started talking again. So you see the power. And then when I stop the conversation, you'll remember that. Do you know how much fascinating information You have everything in the universe at your fingertips with a device that will talk to you. It's like being a superpower. So I'll have conversations starting about real estate and transactions. People are using it for personal therapy, relationship advice. People are falling in love with this because imagine you have a device that knows what you like, what you're into, how you talk, how you communicate, and people are paying services to have this app be their boyfriend, be their
This is
girlfriend.
way better than Bobby, he's on the way out.
I'm just telling you. And then you can
And
generate
I
it.
don't have to clean up after it.
Oh, and then you can generate an image of that person, and I'm gonna
I
kind
don't
of.
even need an image, I just know.
Well, this is where it gets really weird.
This is great.
So I will jump in real quick because I had my one presentation I was going over, but let me go ahead and see if I have it on there. So one of the craziest things, and I'm sorry because I know you
It's
wanted
that
that.
picture of you is one of the
That
craziest things
I
I've
know.
ever seen.
Stop it! I'm like Bev Langley. I like my
Are you a
old.
little
I like my old card.
You're a little Oompa Loompa there.
Oompa Loompa. Oh, is it? 'Cause it's the tone. It's the camera.
Just saying.
So this.
JS.
One of the things I like to joke about is I used AI to generate, because a lot of people were talking about how their difficulty feeling comfortable on camera. So I said, I want to generate an avatar of a good looking sales rep that could talk. And I thought, that's kind of gimmicky. But then I said, what if I could make them speak?
Thank you for taking.
I didn't mean to do that.
Hello, and thank you for taking a moment to visit.
So now you could create an avatar to talk on your listing presentations that would speak to the seller and say, hey, welcome to 123 Main Street, boom. And I thought, that's not really cool. I don't like the cartoon look. He's good looking, but it's too gimmicky for me. Now AI is so good, I can generate real life people. That is not a human. That is an AI generated image that you could generate all day long, anyone that you want it to look like. And I can also make them speak.
Best realtor of all time.
I thought this is getting better, still a little bit weird. But what about this? What if I could take another good looking guy, oh, it happens to be me, and I can make him speak.
Unlimited videos.
So now I can create an
Personifying
avatar
each property listing.
of myself. And I was like, that's weird. I don't like it. It's too gimmicky, and certainly that's not my voice. So I said, let me take it a step further. And again, the coloring in here is terrible. This is where I blow people away. This is again is AI. It's not necessarily ChatGPT. There's a site called HeyGen, and I'll show you that how to get to it. I uploaded 2 minutes of me recording, and I was talking about my son's basketball game. It says, don't make any crazy mannerisms, look into the camera, don't wave your hands around, and just talk normally. Did that. Then it said, okay, your avatar's ready. And I said, what do you mean my avatar's ready? I now have a digital avatar that sounds like me, talks like me, and I can say whatever I want. And here is me talking. Now,
To the future.
I did not say this.
This is not me speaking. This is an avatar created using 2 minutes of video footage I uploaded. This allows me to create unlimited videos of content. I can change the language or tone of my avatar. This will only get better.
So that people go, okay, that's kind of cool, but I don't believe you. So I want to prove my point. I do not speak Spanish. I don't know how to speak Spanish. So I took a demonstration for ChatGPT, asked ChatGPT to take that and translate it into Spanish, which again is one of the features it does. It can interpret it into any language. And then I want you to make me speak Spanish. Watch my mouth. It takes and manipulates my mouth, my facial expressions, and the tone of my voice to speak an entirely different language that I don't know how to speak.
Y bienvenidos a mi presentación sobre inteligencia artificial. Me gustaría hacer una demostración del poder de la
So
IA.
now, and that is the company that does it. Now they have made it to the point where you can walk around. I mean, hey, welcome to 123 Main Street. Here's my new listing. All I did was I typed in what I wanted to say and it uploads it. So there is a fee for this, but I'm just telling you, this is where we're going. So you have one video of yourself, you give it permission to utilize it because trust me, I've already tried to do this with my friends. It won't allow you because you need to upload a video of that person saying it. I'm gonna figure that out. But this is where technology is at and where it's only getting better. So now you create the content, come up with the concept, do the video, but let me show you the app that I was talking about called Captions, so you can see exactly what I mean by that.
So what's funny about this video is that I'm actually staring at a script and reading from a script, but a neural network makes it look as if I'm looking at the camera. And also the captions that you see here were not done by my editor. They were done by a neural network. It's just amazing how the world is changing with AI. All you have to do is upload a video where you're reading from a script. The app is called Captions, and it has this feature where it makes you look at the camera. Isn't that exciting?
All I got out of that is that she must have moths.
I don't know why the view from the camera is not what I'm seeing. It is different, discolored.
So the HeyGen.
HeyGen.com is just one particular.
If you, that one, you look into, you take 20 seconds or you take a video of yourself talking about something that you're comfortable with, like your son's basketball game.
I recorded that, and that's when I did it. It gave me one free avatar. So when I go to HeyGen, I know that there's a pricing structure, and the more you pay, the better. But you can get ahead and go ahead and see the different features. And now it actually, you can start for free, but if you want to generate an avatar, maybe you want to make content videos, maybe you want to have, and the suggestion I make, in real estate, we get the same questions all the time. What's the difference between closing costs and down payment? You know, give me 10 tips to get my house ready for sale. If you're having multiple questions asked all the time, I suggest agents to make videos of them, responding to those questions. So you have a catalog that you can send out to your clients. Here's me talking about it. If you don't want to record yourself doing it, you can do it with a digital avatar. You can do it with a digital version, just like you can do digital staging now. AI is getting so groundbreaking, but if you want to look more into it, this is the site that does it, and let's curious what their pricing is. So I did the free one that gave me one avatar, but as you can see, I could change it over 300 voices, but for $24 a month, you get way more. You get premium voices, auto captions, and seriously, is the more you pay. But if this is your business, which it is to sell your services, sell yourself, maybe you want to do the videos yourself, but it's incredible that the technology is available for you to do.
So with this one, after you do that 20-second video of something you're comfortable with, then you type in what you want them to say with like your business,
Mm-hmm.
and then it changes the dialogue to that.
Whatever you type in the box, just like I typed in that Spanish,
Yeah.
it then said that. So it knows my voice, it knows my mannerisms. All I have to do is give it the information. So a lot of people are using this now to access markets they weren't presently available. I can now access my listings to the Spanish market, the Chinese market, the Indian market. If I want to tailor my business to this, the sky's the limit. I'm just letting you know that technology is available. But I don't want to get too overwhelming and give you too many of these ideas, because a lot of people get overwhelmed. I just want you to understand the simplicity of having a chatbot that you can use. Now, I do want to point out also that there is more to it than just ChatGPT. Google also has their version of ChatGPT. They call it Gemini, and let me show you what that is, because remember, with Google, Google gives you the benefits of everything Google owns. YouTube, Google Maps, Google Flights, Google Docs, Google Worksheets, all the Google products. So now I can access and ask Google to do the same things. I want you to come up with this, I want you to come up with that, but it has everything I've ever read and used in YouTube, everything I've ever read and used in email. I use the example of, I know my son was trying to order a yearbook, and I know I'd gotten an email about it, but I didn't know where it was. I just asked Gemini, because it's part of Google, that's their version, and it brought me the email. And then I asked it about a video I saw a couple weeks ago on a recipe, and I couldn't remember where I'd seen the video, I just know it was on YouTube. It was able to pull up that recipe and tell me how many eggs I needed for it without me going back to the video, scrolling through it. It was done in seconds. Because again, Google is like, I'm not gonna sit by and wait for ChatGPT to eat my lunch. It's a race now. Is it gonna be Facebook? Is it gonna be Amazon? Is it gonna be Meta? Is it gonna be America? Is it gonna be China? This technology is out of the bag. And what they're able to do with it now, we are just scratching the surface, but the world is expecting you as an agent to know what this is and that people are using it. But I suggest you play with it. Try the free version. Go ahead and download it, put it on your phone and start talking to it. If you want to start getting more advanced features like the ability to upload documents, and you want it to make videos for you, that might require you to pay, but I don't want you to get to that point until you feel comfortable with it. But let me just show you what I mean. Up here, let's see, I'm gonna go to ChatGPT. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna go under, they have what are called apps. They call them GPTs, but under here, I know I wanna make a video. I don't know how to make a video, but I'm gonna see what kind of video I can make, and people are pretty astounded by this. So let me go ahead, and I'm just gonna go to, I think this is the first one, text to video maker. This is the one I like. I just went to number 3. And I'm gonna start a conversation. So what this does is says you got the whole universe of things we could talk about. We're gonna narrow down to a topic I'm good at, which is making videos. And I'm gonna say, I want you to make me a video about a realtor who's new to the business, that is trying to break into the modern 21st century technology and wow their customers on how and why they should use him, period. I want the video to be upbeat, kind of fun, and I want the narrator to sound like that British guy that does all the nature documentaries. again, I could probably figure this out myself, but it would take hours, and I'm gonna go ahead, make it, AI, work your magic. So this is gonna tell me, boom, okay? Tech savvy realtor, 30 seconds, say this video highlights the journey of a new realtor entering, cutting, and it tells me what, and it's gonna go ahead, and it's gonna take the commands I gave it for free, and I'm gonna say, let's go with number 1. Who cares? And it's gonna generate a link and make the video using the instructions I told it. So I'm like a director, I'm like a movie producer, I'm a casting director, and it will generate a video. Now again, I'm not paying for this, so it's gonna use stock footage, stock videos, but it's gonna put the music to it, the narrator, and now I've got an ability to make unlimited videos that I can share on social media. Maybe it's moving tips, maybe it's home selling tips. You now have no excuse not to have something to put out there. So when people see this, let's go ahead and see what video, see if they give me the link sometimes. They give me the ability to check, okay. I know I made one before, and I'll show you what it looked like, so we're not waiting for that one to generate, but this is just an example of, sorry, I'm going back to my old presentation. Yeah.
AI become the greatest tool or the biggest threat in the real estate industry? As we stand at the intersection of technology and property, the role of artificial intelligence sparks both promise and apprehension.
Images.
Hold on to your seats as we delve into the dark side of AI
Sounds
in
like
real
David
estate.
Attenborough.
For all its promises,
Yeah, it does.
AI presents a
So you see my point is then I could go back using the link it gives me and I can change it, like take that scene out, maybe I like the music to be different, here's a video of an actual listing that I had, put that in there, and it's all the hard work's done for you. So now you can create movies on the fly. And don't get me started on what AI is doing now with video. This is just a bare bones minimum free version of it, but I'm just trying to get the concept of why you want to start using AI. And this was not my intent of the class today. I'm just super passionate about it and excited, and this is what I teach agents. But bring me some more questions, suggestions, anything that you're thinking right now that you're struggling with that would maybe social media is the most popular one. Agents like to use it for videos. Here's one that people like. This is another one. I love Canva. I have no idea how to use Canva because I'm an idiot. But if I go under the App Store and I type in Canva, guess who talks to Canva for you? Well, the AI does. So now I'm like, oh my God, I got these Facebook posts, I've got these YouTube videos, I got these Instagram posts, hell, I even got a video maker. I need to make some flyers. So let's do it. So I want you to make me a door knocker and flyer, and while you're at it, maybe an infographic on the current real estate market in Columbia, Maryland for 2024 April, please. Thank you. You can be as specific or as not. It's gonna go out to Canva, do the heavy lifting, and it's gonna generate suggestions that I can then click on and determine which one I like. And from there, I can, let's say, it sounds like you have a few different, okay, let's tackle one at a time for clarity. Make me a flyer. And I just talk to it like she's my own personal design manager, and I can have her make anything I want, an infographic, a Facebook thumbnail, a background for my LinkedIn bio. And let's see, what is it? Great choice. Let's focus on creating a flyer. Could you share more about what the flyer is for? An open house I am having next weekend. See what it's doing is just talking to me and I'm answering and asking questions. That's about as hard as it gets. And I just tell it, and then it's gonna give me some suggested styles. Let's say perfect opportunity. Let's see, to make it really, could you tell me a little about the property? And I could copy the listing in there. I could just give it the verbal description. I can maybe copy it from Zillow. It's a cute cul-de-sac on a tree-lined street, listed for $450,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Again, same conversation you would have with a marketing person, but this time you're talking to an AI who's way smarter, way faster, and can do everything more. And then it will use Canva to literally generate suggested ideas that you may or may not like, and you can say, I don't like that color, I like that color, but maybe you're like, damn, that's the best flyer I've ever seen. You don't have to pay for this. Maybe you want to come up with SEO optimize keywords for your marketing. But in this example, I might like that one. I just click on it. It opens up Canva, and then I just plug in the details, and the flyer's done.
So wait, when you get Canva, when you download it on your phone, do you have to also have ChatGPT on your phone?
So Canva, if you want it to work, has to probably have your credentials. You need to log in with your credentials, and the one on your phone and the one on the computer are the same. So I am on my desktop right now. I haven't done it with my mobile. So when I ask the AI software to create flyers, it's talking to Canva in the background, and when I click on one of those particular flyers, it goes out and opens the website to Canva and brings up the flyer, and then gives you suggestions, and then from there I can manipulate it. But again, how long would that have taken you to go to Canva, come up with a real estate template, fill it in, come up with colors? Maybe you could do it, maybe you're faster than me.
But
I'm
you mean-
lazy.
Okay, so you have your credentials for Canva and Chat,
They're two different softwares, and they just talk together. They
they
just-
know it because you belong to both.
The AI is talking to Canva, and again, I don't pay for Canva, so there's premium features you can do with it. I'm just giving you a demonstration, like how simple it was for me to create a flyer. Now, I may not like this.
How, if you don't belong to Canva, how did it open that up?
Again, Canva's free to use.
Oh, okay.
There's better features if you pay,
Right.
but again, start simple. I'm just trying to wrap your mind around one of a million things you could do. These are the things agents want to learn about when I'm out in the field.
How about, like, can you trust that it's accurate? Like, can you ask it things like, when I'm driving and somebody goes, did anything on my street sell in the last year? And I'm like, okay, I gotta get back to Bright and open all this stuff up.
It's a good question. To address your first part is, can you ask this stuff, can you trust it? Well, remember that it does what's called hallucinating. And then back to my story about
I can
the
do
attorney,
that.
I know, it can be so convincing that you don't know if it's telling the truth, especially in real estate, fair housing, ethics, you can lose your license, you'll be fined. So don't rely on this and just copy and paste it, because I've seen it generate 4 bedrooms when there's only 3, or add a fireplace when there wasn't one. So I tell people, use this as your author, you're the editor. And use ChatGPT, maybe use Google Gemini, maybe use Amazon's Claude. Use them all and come up with ideas. Don't make this your crutch that you rely everything on. Use it as a tool to help overcome the creativity challenges. But the other benefit to having the paid $20 a month is the ability to access the web. If you're free, and like I was in the beginning, didn't want to pay for it, when I asked it a question, and the one that everyone knows, give me a market update. Let me show you what happens. We're gonna go back to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna pretend I have the free version, which is Chat 3.5. And I'm gonna say, give me a real estate market update for Columbia, Maryland, as of April of 2024. What's gonna happen, because it does not have access to the internet in this free version, and also it was trained up to all the data on the internet as of April of last year, it's not gonna know what the market in the real estate is, because I'm sorry, I don't have, it may just summarize and give you a suggestion, but it doesn't have the real-time data. But let me go ahead and ask the same question if I went to the paid version, which does have access, and see what it does then. Can you give me a real estate market update for Columbia, Maryland as of April of 2024? So now it's gonna go out and scrape the internet using Bing search, which is Microsoft, who co-partners with it. It's gonna give me accurate data, it's gonna give me relevant data, and it's gonna give me data that I can reference. Now it may go out to Redfin, Zillow, Trulia, and but it's great, because now I can give the market, my clients, my people, the data they want. Now, do you have a particular listing that's live right now I can use? Do you have one, or anyone that you know of, that it doesn't have to be yours, we can give it a test shot right now? Or a street?
Yeah, I can do,
See, I reference Redfin, and I can click on that. So this is something, but give me a street. And
Wharf, WHARFF, Lane.
give me an update on what has sold on Wharf Street.
It's WHARFF, Lane, and it's 21043, Ellicott City.
I don't know if it has access to Bright, but it might go out to Redfin or Zillow.
Right.
I'm not gonna guarantee it, but this is just, I'm learning along the path. Look at that. Helpful, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
But you see how power, you have now, so here's what I want you to imagine. And this is something that's hard for people to wrap their head around. We can go back to the time when we didn't have the smartphones, we didn't have the internet, we couldn't even envision where we live now with our ability to use .lu and showing time and all these software, it's now common accepted. You're gonna be at a point now in the very near future where all these companies are being created and services are being generated for a fee, where you're gonna be able to come out and take out your phone and go, okay, I want you to send me an offer to Faye over at Redfin with a offer of $455. I want you to add the addendum for the appreciation clause. Also, I want you to make sure you send out the sign to LJS to pick up the sign, and then I want you to get back to me with their response. And also tell the team that we want to go to lunch, and also tell my boss I need a raise. Boom. It will do all that contextually because it knows you, it knows your calendar, it knows your schedule, and will do that for you. So all the sausage making, the details of the transaction are gonna be taken off of you. You guys are gonna focus on the one-to-one conversation. I mean, we already have Siri and Google Assistant and Alexa. It's only getting that much better. And speaking of Siri, Siri sucks. Nobody's liked it. It's been around for 13 years. I hate it, but I just let you know that Apple doesn't do anything half-ass, and when they enter a market, they dominate and crush it. No offense, Samsung's great, but I'm just saying the way Apple operates. Perplexity is a website, it's Google search, but with AI incorporated. And I want you to be familiar with it because it's free to use. When you do a search with Google or with Perplexity, it is so much better because it gives context, reference, and it remembers everything you search for, as opposed to Google that requires you to manually input, come back, determine what you like, forget about, and then it forgets your search. Apple is in talks to acquire Perplexity, the rumor is, and that's gonna be what's incorporated into Siri, and it's gonna be able to have conversations with you remotely on your device with AI built in. So if you wanna ask anything, so let's see what it says. Give me a real estate market update for Columbia, Maryland as of 2024. So you don't even have to use ChatGPT. We're using the free version of it. But this will go off to the website and it will tell you the sites that it references, and then it will summarize it, and then it'll give you all the context. And if you sign it, it gives you more value, but you can see the references here. This site is just simply astounding. And everyone's talking about it, but again, the tools are out there. I'm only giving you just a couple ideas, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys because that happens. And I don't want that, but as you can tell, I'm excited about this because I think that the people that are learning this, the thing I always say is you are not going to be replaced by AI. You will be replaced by the agents that are using AI. And it's already happening now where AI is calling clients, it's weeding out the clients, it's doing the sales call. Agents are able to generate websites and have an AI chatbot talk to the person in your voice, look like you, sound like you, represent you. It knows everything about your business, and the client interacts, has no idea. It qualifies them, follows up with them, and then sends them to you for you to talk. And this is an example of a software that I think is just absolutely crazy. We all know what mail merges are. We probably have dealt with them in the past where you want to send out a letter to Microsoft or whatever, and you have to, you just type one letter and then it merges everyone with that mail merge. Well, now you can do it with video, and this blew me away when I saw this. Again, this is just another example of apps.
A great AI tool for you realtors, especially if you focus on your sphere of influence, but there's a ton of uses for what I'm about to show you. So it is called BeHuman.ai. And check this out. You shoot one video, one time. Hey John, it's Andrew. I wanted to invite you to my client event. And then of course, anything else that you would generally say in that video. Then here's the really cool part. You upload a CSV file, or of course you can type them in manually if you would like, their name and their email address, or however you want to get in touch with them. And you upload it to the system and hit submit. What this is going to do is it is actually going to manipulate the video to change your words and your voice itself. It's going to be in your voice.
Just like my video did me in Spanish.
And change the name. Instead of hey John, it'll be hey Steve, hey Jessica, hey whatever the names are that you put in that list. And then it's going to send that customized video to them. So you can blast this out to your entire database and have it be personalized.
Kind of crazy, but that is a lot my take on the AI. But I wanted to go, and I'm going to send this out to you because I know I wanted you guys to see some apps that we could talk about, and I'm going to send all these out to you so you can write them down if you want. You don't feel the need to go through, but I generated a lot of these just from research. So this is called StreetText. If you want to generate leads from Facebook ads without the steep learning curve, StreetText is for you. StreetText simplifies the complicated process of creating and optimizing Facebook ads and business pages You get verified phone numbers, emails, and social media profiles, and you can integrate it into your CMM. So this is just a little video about what they do.
Meet new clients? You have to know where to find them. Every day, your new client will spend around 40 minutes on Facebook. That's a fifth of all the time they spend online. StreetText provides a user-tested library of Facebook ad templates and ready-made funnels that you can deploy from a single app. Just pick your location, and StreetText automatically grows your lead database by starting conversations with people you wouldn't have met otherwise. It notifies you directly when someone signals interest, so you can focus on what you do best, building genuine relationships with amazing clients that provide lasting value to your network. Start your 1-week trial with StreetText today.
So I'm
by
going to give you the
sending your
rundown
Facebook
quick
ad.
version. I'm not going to say these are all great. These are ones you may or may not use, but I just want you to be aware of them. I know one of the struggles I had when I was doing open houses was getting that list of people to sign in, not only just to show to the seller, but also for my reason to follow up. So there are quite a few of them out there. I'm going to give you a couple of them. These are all digital analyzed versions of managing open houses. Curb Hero being the first one. And this is their video. I think this is Placio or Spacio is another one. If you decide you want to use it, this is their video.
Spacio is the industry-leading marketing system for listings and open houses. With Spacio, you can market your listings and open houses on social media and other major websites directly from the dashboard. We help you capture the highest quality leads from in-person and virtual events, whether it's an open house, a virtual open house, or a private event. You can create beautiful lead capture forms, so no opportunities ever slip through the cracks. With Spacio, you can easily remarket to a list of potential customers by going into a previous property that you've sold and letting them know that you have any upcoming listings or open houses for them to preview. We are integrated with a number of different popular CRMs and marketing solutions, so you can maximize your investment on solutions you're already using.
So the next and third one that everyone uses is OpenHope Pro. I was using them. It was acquired by Playster. Same concept. It's just so much more professional to be digital. It's also a great way to capture leads and market to them, because if you get these names and you don't follow up, which I was guilty of, then what's the purpose of having an open house? So that was, let's see, Pivio. This is a competitor to the Matterport 3D camera. I know those can run upwards to $300 to $400 per video session. Well, now for a one-time investment of $400, you get this camera that will basically allow you to take your phone, walk into a listing, and generate a 3D tour of yourself. And this is their video. Let me give you click on that so you can see their version of what that does. If you're into this, that's a cool. I just thought that was a cool feature. So that's Buffer. If you do a lot of social media, but you're trying difficulty managing all your social media, how to put it out there. This will link all your accounts into one central location and allow you to schedule, post, handle your multi websites that you might have. A lot of agents swear by this, but again, if you're not that prevalent on social media, it may be overkill, but this was the #1 app that brings everything together. The other one is, this is a dedicated marketing site exclusively to realtors. So if you're inspired to create an Instagram story, Wine Starbucks, with an app like Lab Coat Agents Marketing Center, you can capitalize on your creativity right from your phone. This is a wonderful one that they talk about. BombBomb, don't need to say much about it, but they're the industry leader on videos because it basically tracks open rates and allows you to communicate, see who's seeing your content, and you can make great videos. I love BombBomb.
Are you guys finding virtual tours still in vogue?
With the 3D, like it's going like.
Are they popular? I mean, they rose to their heights, I guess, during COVID.
Are people using them?
Not as much.
Not as much.
It's a tool. You may
It's
or
a
may not
tool.
like it.
So, I mean, it depends. Some people are like, are you gonna do, people get crazy with pictures. Some people are like, I don't really care if you do pictures, just do the outside. And I'm like, well, nobody's.
Are you
gonna
guys
look at your
familiar
listing.
with virtual reality,
Yeah.
the face event, and Apple just came out with their Vision
Yeah.
Pro? Well, Zillow's in talks with Apple that people, and again, these are a niche market, but it's gonna be at a point where people are gonna be able to put on a virtual reality headset and essentially walk through a house in every direction. And when I saw the demonstration at Zillow, which we all hate the Z word, it's mind-boggling, because then it saves you the time. You can sit in your underwear and go through every listing and and you can literally walk, and the way it blows my mind. But I have a version, Zillow, I didn't know this actually has the ability to do that too for free with their 3D tours. It's another app available to you as realtors, and you can go in there and take the pictures, and Zillow will compile it, make it into a video, and then put it out onto their channels. But Animoto is another one for creating videos on the fly if you want them. This is just their short, brief
You
introduction.
can tell, and video is the best way to make yours stand out.
This was the most popular
With
video.
Animoto, you'll have everything you need to create your own professional videos.
If you
in
want to get
minutes.
to this caliber.
No, it's
I
serious.
figure it still
Fine.
might be useful if you have out of state or foreign
Right,
property.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How about floor plans? You can do it now with Magic
Yeah.
Plan. People want to know the dimension of the room. You literally
Yeah,
actually-
people do like that.
You come out and you take your phone, because all the iPhones, all the Samsungs have LiDAR, laser identification signals that can map a room using the 3D analytics and then compile it and make floor plans, which is unbelievable. Now, are you going to use it to build a house or an architect?
No, but you know what? I had, on my last sale, the person asked no less than 4 times to get in because they're trying to buy a sofa. Can I measure the living
Yeah.
room? Oh, now we're gonna get a vanity. Can we come back in and measure that? I mean, luckily I had just really nice clients that were like, yeah, that's fine, but I'm thinking, if I had had the floor plan thing, I could have just said, here's all the.
Well, I know,
Take
and
it
I
all
know if
the time.
iPhone can do it, that certainly Samsung can do it, because their phone technologically is better. I just don't know how to. But built into the iPhone is a camera that uses augmented reality. I can use my camera and draw a virtual line. I can measure anything, and I'll show you how to do that when we're done. This is one that was really intriguing. This is called Broker Assist. This is mostly used by BrokerWide, but this allows you to communicate once you're a member of the community. Let's say you need someone to hang a sign. Maybe you don't have that service here, or maybe you do. Maybe you need someone to show a property for you. Maybe you need someone to drop off a lockbox or run a flyer or do anything real estate related, but they need to be licensed, and you want to PM. You can literally have the realtor only side or the gig side, and you can literally switch between and say, I need an agent to show this property. And again, you have to follow your broker guidelines and the state law. But this app is dedicated to realtors only, called Broker Assist. It allows you to do that feature. So you're working with people that you're not just finding some random person to drop off a lockbox for you. It does real estate related gigs, side gigs for you. All you have to do is bring up the app, put in what you want, offer a price, and people can accept it and do it. I just was like, what? That's pretty amazing. So this is just a demonstration of
Well, that's nice when you're not on a team, because like I've been away,
Exactly.
been on vacation and been like, I need
Meet
somebody
Julia,
to run out.
a busy real estate broker owner struggling to strategize growth for her tech-savvy brokerage. Her agents are tired of trying to be on top of noisy email systems and unsecure Facebook groups just to find coverage on deal-specific tasks. It is not only overwhelming and inefficient, but they're also losing out on cross-brokerage referral opportunities regularly. Thankfully, Julia discovered Broker Assist, a revolutionary mobile-first and on-demand collaboration and referral network designed for real estate teams, offices, and firms. Think gig economy of real estate. Upon deploying her Broker Assist white label solution, Julia and her agents now have a branded, secure technology that offers 2 marketplaces. First, the app connects agents in real time with their agent-to-agent outbound referrals and notifies them of inbound referral opportunities in their area. What's more, Broker Assist takes no cuts on referral commissions. Second, agents can flip a toggle to join the gig economy marketplace for on-demand fractional assistance on jobs like showings, open houses, inspections, and more. With Broker Assist, agents delight their clients and grow their businesses by expanding their teams virtually to get coverage where and when they need
pretty
it.
wild, right?
Yeah, so you just do a flat, they just tell you a flat fee that they want to do it, you just pay them.
If anything you're going to take away from today, this is the one thing I want you to take away. This has been shown to me from multiple Remaxes, multiple brokerages, and all the top agents. This is called Forewarn. This is great. I'm going to give you a video of it. Forewarn allows, especially as females, when you get an opportunity to show a property, what do we first do? We rush out to meet this person. We have no idea who they are, and it's all about getting out there customer service. That can be very dangerous. with the technology now, from a cell phone number, you are able to, with the service that they charge, you are able to identify their identity, criminal history, confirmational financial data, and verified assets, so you know who you're talking to. And I got permission from Christy Neidhart, a friend of mine who's a big agent, to show me when she demonstrated on herself. But this is FOREWARN, and this is their video on it, so you can get a sense of that. This is
FOREWARN
being
is the
offered
most
broker wide by
sought-after tool in real estate safety. In fact, hundreds of associations and MLSs have made FOREWARN their top member benefit, and for good reason. Conducting business virtually has become mainstream. However, real estate continues to heavily rely on in-person interactions, often with unknown contacts in isolated locations, which is likely why real estate is often cited as one of the most vulnerable occupations. The threats to agents include physical dangers, such as the risk of assault and robbery, and financial dangers, like fraud. This presents a problem for agents looking to mitigate these risks, as traditional safety products are reactive in nature. They only provide support to an agent once they've already been placed in danger. FOREWARN was created to specifically address this safety and awareness issue, proactively reducing the amount of risk agents are exposed to every day by providing a tool that will flag potential threats ahead of time. With FOREWARN's extensive database of identity records covering nearly 100% of the U.S. adult population, agents get critical information on their client prior to a face-to-face engagement. With the FOREWARN app, you can instantly reverse search an incoming phone number or search by name to verify the prospect's name, phone, and address, and see a detailed account of possible criminal history records. Verify financial risks by viewing bankruptcies, liens, judgments, and foreclosures. And you can even verify currently owned assets like properties and vehicles. This not only helps to keep you safe, but protects against potential fraud. Don't settle for less.
Pretty wild, right? So this is Christy. She gave me this morning at my D&I meeting. She basically put in her phone number, and it gave her prior addresses, her records, and she had a court summons for like a speeding ticket. And I'm like, how amazing is it that you can do this now? And it's the peace of mind. Now, this is something that I know brokerages are looking into to offer brokerage-wide, and I'm sure there's a discount for doing that. I don't know anything about cost. I don't know anything about the details. All I know is everybody's talking about this. I think it's a fantastic service, so it might be something worth considering. ChatGPT, of course, the mobile app, we've already discussed that. I won't get into Notion. RPR, I know I've talked about this in my other presentations, but are you familiar with Realtor Property Resource? As a realtor, this is offered and owned exclusively by the National Association of Realtors, and this is a fantastic site, both online and offline, that allows you as realtors and only realtors to pull up data and generate relevant reports and information only specific to your particular market that no other person has. So you're not competing with Zillow, you're not competing with the Redfins. This is amazing because the actual desktop version also integrates AI. So it basically takes the ChatGPT we were talking about, puts it together with all the relevant real estate data, and from there you can generate reports, market stats, scripts, videos, anything, and it's tied to the specific, accurate, real-time data. It's simply astounding, and this is free and offered to you as realtors. Real Messenger is one I've been hearing.
Let me speak for
Sure,
1 second.
absolutely.
Let me go back to RPR. It's been around for a while.
Oh my gosh, 10 years it seems
It
like.
continues to be one of the most underutilized advantages for realtors because it excludes and cuts out the noise from Zillow and others, right? It's yours.
And I'll show you what it does.
So is it only an app? Is it only mobile?
Well, let's show you. I don't have a NERDS number, so let me show you the demonstration.
Isn't that in Bright?
It's NARRPR.com. NAR, National Association of Realtors, RPR, RealtorPropertyResource.com. You log in with your NERDS number.
Right.
And once your NERDS number is on there, let me show you. I have it on there.
Yeah, I don't think it is in Bright, at least, is it on one of those upgraded?
It's not have anything to do with Bright.
Yeah,
Bright is our
that's what I'm
MLS.
saying, yeah.
This is Jimmy Burgess.
There's another R something that is
Yeah,
Bright.
there is.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me
It's on
demonstrate
RPR.
to you, this is the technique I teach all my agents, and the agents that are utilizing this are being profoundly viewed as different, because when you go on a listing appointment and you want to convey to that seller why you're special, why you're different, why they want to hire you, what are you doing to set yourself apart? all our realtors I meet, we do the 3 Ps. We put in the MLS, we pray, and I can't remember that, put a sign in the yard. With this now, especially being a realtor, and I don't have access to this because I'm not a realtor, you can put in an address. Now, this is Jimmy Burgess, who's a big Berkshire Hathaway agent out of Florida. Let me let him demonstrate to you how this works.
Show you exactly how to see this. So we're going into this and we're on the RPR main page. And we're going to go up to the research portion up top here, or you can see this tab that we'll click, and we're going to click on residential market trends. That's going to take us to this page where we have the ability. I'm just going to utilize R32459. That's the zip code we service in. And what's going to happen is it's going to give us all these reports. But if you'll notice right up here to the right, you'll see this create script tab. Now when we click that create script tab, this is where the AI comes in. It's going to take us to the next page, and it's going to give us the ability to choose our tone on what we're looking for, professional, engaging, or something that's conversational. And also we can address whether we're wanting this to be directed at buyers and sellers, buyers specifically, or sellers specifically. Next thing we're going to do is this tab down here, we're going to click this social campaign, and here's what's going to happen is all of the details of the entire market of what's been going on, the statistics-wise, it's going to convert this to an SEO-optimized social media post that gives us the ability with, it's going to have hashtags, it's going to have the emojis, and it's going to have something. Now, I would encourage you with all of this, anything you're doing with AI, make sure you change it up a little bit and you put it in your own words. But now what's happened is you've got a complete social media ability to post something that has all of the market details. It gives you a detailed report, and you utilize the AI to give it to you in a way that is easy for you then to have the ability to transfer that in. The next tab, we're going to go back up there. Instead of keep clicking on the social campaign, we're now going to click on Analyze Metrics. And what you'll see here is this is giving this to you in the form of a blog post or something that is more written. This can be from LinkedIn. Again, modify this to be in your voice, but you've got all the statistics on what's going on in your local marketplace that's already organized to you in just a few clicks. And last but not least, create video blog or create video scripts on the next tab. This is going to give us a script. Again, put this in your voice, but you've got a video script now where you can absolutely give an update on your current market with all that. And if you have trouble reading your script, remember what we just talked about? Just print out what you have right here, take it, put that post up, read that script, move it into the Captions app. You got that eye contact you were looking for, and now you've got something you can really work with. All right, next up.
So guys, it makes you relevant, it makes you relatable, it makes you informative, you're educating client, you're putting your face out there, you've got the data that people want, but now you have a format that does it all for you. There's no reason why, and this is great because this is all included in your realtor dues. So I don't have access to this. So if I want to do a market update, I have to manipulate the data and steal from Zillow and use AI. You guys are right there. People aren't taking advantage of it.
And it applies to both buyers. You can design it for your buyer, you can design it for your seller.
Correct.
Right? So thinking of your business plan, right? I mean, this is a fire hose today. I mean, look at all these things that are possible. But if you look at RPR as an example and say, all right, I'm going to leave here, explore that, and see if I can get proficient with it for my buyer presentation, for my seller presentation, demonstrate it, because now with the compensation that's being removed from the MLS, right, offer of compensation, we're going to have to show value to the buyer. We're really going to have to show value to the buyer, and when the buyer sees the value, I firmly believe they'll understand what we never explained well enough, which is what our value is, you know. But we need the tools to do that. This is RPR. I think is free, Chris, if I'm not mistaken, and it's part of our membership. So, if there was something, if there was an item that I would explore out of this that is economically good for us, it would be taking a look at this and trying out how to adapt it. You know, that's what gives us value in this presentation.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth because I know we haven't had an opportunity to do my presentation, but I know, I've been jumping back and forth. But one of the things that I also want to touch on using AI, this is again going to set you apart back to your video concepts that you're doing. Let's just go to Google and just do a normal search, just that we're all familiar with, and we're going to say, how do I get my home ready to sell? Sorry, ready with to sell. So we're all familiar with the topics that we get, and usually where people stop is they pick the one they want, they determine their answer, and they move on. Have you ever noticed though, when you do any type of search, you see this down here, people also ask, guess what? The person that takes this idea and adopts it and I teach it to everyone I'm in the class, why don't you, since you're already familiar with this, take your particular topics and make a 1-minute video on every one of these questions using AI to generate the script, using captions to make the video, and the AI to make your eyes look at the camera. And now you are the agent that shows up every time someone goes, what should homeowners do? How should I sell your house? How do I spruce my house up? You could do this in a matter of minutes. And if you're not comfortable on camera, you can make your avatar do it. And now when anyone searches any of these topics, you're going to be the agent pops up. And guess what? The Google juice that you're going to earn from this will reward you by being the person they find at the top. And guess what? You're now the agent people are going to see the most. I don't know. It's my little tip that I got from Tom Ferry. He's wonderful. But I do want to touch on him real quick and we'll finish up. Have you guys ever determined, let's go to the bottom, whether or not real estate agents are going to be relevant in the future? I like to point out his again. Let me find him. Oh, here we go. And Bill's had the luxury of going on a trip to visit and meet Tom Ferry.
Yeah, this is
So Tom Ferry has his thoughts on whether or not real estate agents are going to be relevant in the modern world that we're living in.
Time. And in my opinion, the answer is, of course, yes, not just because I'm biased, but I think about it this way. No different from a robot that might be able to perform the surgery a little bit better or be a little more precise than the actual surgeon. The surgeon is going to be there to make sure that everything is right. That could be the role of a real estate professional 30 or 40 years from now, where maybe AI and a robot is doing a lot of the mundane tasks, the sort of industrialization of a real estate transaction. Maybe that's not going to be done by you anymore. But what is going to be done by you is the conversations with the client, right? It's the guiding of the customer. It's looking into their eyes and seeing their emotion and making sure that you have the empathy and the ability to connect with them and help them make good decisions. The actual sausage making of the transaction, you're not going to be involved with. All that's going to be gone. It's going to be you and the client, and that is always going to be our place.
So if you take anything away from this, is that there's a lot of tools out there. And whether or not you use them or not, it's up to you, but I want you to be familiar with it. I want you to understand it because the people that are doing this, all of the detailed stuff that we currently handle ourselves is going to be taken away and you're going to be able to communicate. And I don't know if you're comfortable, Bill, weighing in on anything he talked about, but Bill just had an opportunity to see Tom Ferry in action, speak to a group of successful title agents, and I don't know if there's anything you want to weigh in on what he talked about.
I mean, he's an unbelievable speaker, and you do leave there thinking I could crush the world, but that's every speaker. I think what he did say, which you touched on too, is there's still so much wait and see with this stuff, that it's still kind of early on.
Absolutely.
You know, we thought with COVID, all of us were going to be out. I'm going to sell a house when nobody can get in to look at it, and it was the best real estate market ever. So we're still having that too. And I think Chris touched upon it, and so did you, John. With you've got to be able to show your value. That's the biggest thing. Is you have clients now saying, "Oh, I'm going to get it for free. I don't need you." Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But you got to be able to prove to them why.
Well, also, like my clients I just had today, I mean, so a robot could have done all my paperwork and everything, but you saw Donna. I mean,
Sure.
blood transfusion, she's in chemo.
Yeah.
And it was the last 2 weeks, I mean,